What's up, everybody? It's Young Black Jedi back again with another video. You know, integrating Islam into our daily Western lives is the most important thing. The more I start to really deepen my connection to Allah Subhana wa Ta'ala, I'm starting to see that, like, weaving this into each fabric of my life is where I actually get the deeper connection with Allah. You understand what I'm saying? And the more that integration continues to stabilize, right, the more really grounded I am becoming in Islam. And that for me is something that I've always wanted as I converted to Islam almost a year ago. When I took the Shahada, I took it in a state of my life where I wasn't doing very well, and I went through a lot of things even after that, right? And I'm still also going through things now, right? Changes in relationships, changes in life, changes in moving situations, changes in jobs. But this is when I need to double down on our tradition, right? On our sunnah. That's taqwa. That's the most important time for me to do it, is now, because things actually are really going really well. And even so, in that's when the time to double down on it even more is now, right? Like when you're doing things in your life that are moving you forward, and you're starting to really stabilize and see beyond the veil, right? The veil's become thin, because that's what Allah will do. He will thin that veil and allow for us to really see what's going on in the society, and see what's going on in our lives and in the society, right? Which gives us the ultimate, like, weapon of a sword here, you know, to be able to cut through anything that is going to block us from a deeper connection with Him, right? And the more that I'm continuing along this, the greater things are becoming. The more I'm becoming more aware of my internal world, right? And understanding the nafsic system more, aka the nafsic, you know, the lower areas. And it's interesting that all this has been like, they've figured all this out a long time ago. You know, Allah figured all this out. The prophets figured all this all a long time ago. So when you like really start reading it and integrating it and applying it into your daily Western life, you're like, oh, okay, like, yeah, the West is the way that it is, but like, these guys already have a template for us to live in the West, you know what I mean, and be able to thrive in the West without us needing to constantly being pulled around by all these things that are going on the outside, right? The more that we awaken to Him within us, the broader things become, right? And the more that I start to make that connection, I start to make that realization, the better my life is becoming, right? Because I'm really starting to understand this concept of Qamun, which is being like a maintainer and a guardianship over like the feminine, right? And being a guardianship over women. Islam talks about that really, really a lot. They talk about it a lot. And that is something that I'm really working to integrate into my life. Let me know in the comments what you guys think too, and give this video a like, comment, or anything like that, or subscribe if you're into this sort of thing. I really appreciate it. And the more that we continue to keep understanding like the different concepts of Qamun, the more that even my own feminine heart becomes strong and guarded, right? Because that actually is a lot of what Subhana is talking. A lot of his language is very like divinely masculine, but it's also very divinely feminine, which is actually within us too, right? And the more that I'm starting to unpack that within myself, I'm starting to see, okay, like, what is forgiveness? That's all like your heart chakra. That's all like being open in your heart to be like, I forgive this person, like, for whatever they may have did. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that is what allows for us to open our qalib even more and expand beyond the boundary of what is within us, right? There's like a wider boundary in our qalib, which is what I'm starting to now understand the more I sit here and like just meditate on the scriptures and read through the Quran and weave Islam into my daily Western life, right? Is that we are able to now start seeing the greater benefits of what the traditions have been telling us, what the Ummah is saying, right? What the Sunnah is saying, right? Strengthening our Iman. That is like what gives us life. It makes us more whole, right? That's the whole point of integrating Islam into our daily life, because if we don't, then we will just get pulled around by all these traps that are here in a lot of the Western society. Unfortunately, it's just the way that, it's just the world that we live in right now, right? And the more we can meditate and read and learn in the scriptures what it is that we are doing and how it is that we are integrating that into our day-to-day life, the more we see a lot in our day-to-day life, right? The more we see, we believe, right? First, Because believing is seeing. We believe, then we can start to see more of Subhana in all of our doings. That is the whole essence to me of what it means to be a Muslim, right? And let me know in the comments, leave your notes in the comments, please, below, what it means to you to be a Muslim. What does it mean to, or what does it just mean for you to be somebody of faith? It doesn't have to be a Muslim. Like, Christians are welcome, Jews are, everybody here is welcome. It's all one tradition anyways. Some of us subscribe to one, and then we branch off to others. That's fine too. That's what I'm doing. And the more that we can continue to have a stable foundation and be able to release into something that's far more trusting, the better our life becomes, the softer we become, but yet the more guarded we become of our quality and our heart space, right? We guard our hearts because all things definitely flow through it. It's just somewhere in the Bible there, it says that. And like, that's the most important thing, you know. Overall, we're now able to start seeing the real benefits of what our tradition of humanity can do, right? What being a human being really can do, what the scriptures can really say, right? What these things can allow for us to go through and heal from is magnificent. That is the best part of all of our experience. And the more that I'm integrating Islam into my daily Western life, the better my life is becoming. Again, I'll say it again, the better my life is becoming because of having Subhana within me, right? Because he opens the eye, right, within us, and then now we're able to believe, and then now we can see, right, from Subhana's eye. And that is what allows for us to start flourishing and becoming more nourished and feeling more wholesome and feeling more connected and truthful and honest and righteous and compassionate, right? Us Muslims and us people of faith, we stand against anything that is unrighteous and, you know, is bringing upon injustice, right? But all that stems from within us, right? Unrighteousness stems from within our program, that our old frequency looks to block us off from attaining the most high frequency, the most high subhanic frequency, right? It's us who has to make that change, right? Because injustice is just inner justice externalized onto the external world. The injustice, placing upon somebody else. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments if that makes sense. That is what we, as people of faith, people who have a strong iman, whether it is a Christian or whether it is Buddhism, whichever, I'm studying all of them. I'm taking pieces from all of them, right? Again, Islam is the sturdy tree, all right? The roots of the tree is Islam, and then it branches off everywhere else. And, you know, we continue to keep doing that within ourselves, right? Bringing, transmuting the unrighteous to righteous within ourselves, speeding up that rate of vibration. That's what Subhana is allowing for us to do. That's why he is the creator. That's why he is strong. That's why our iman strengthens. The more that we continue to follow him and listen to him and see from his eye that is within us. The kingdom of heaven is within, right? On earth as it is in heaven. On earth as it is in heaven. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. That's what they've been telling us the whole time. It's within all of us, right? The kingdom of Subhana lives within us. We must embody what he is saying. We must eat from his trees. We must eat his fruits, right? We must bask in his glory. We must speak from his wisdom. Do you understand what I'm saying? The more that we can continue to keep building upon that, the greater our lives are going to become. The more wholesome we're going to become, and we're going to be able to go through challenges and go through the things that are necessary for us to grow in his image, right? That is what I'm starting to integrate more into my daily Western life, you know? Really this deep Islamic, you know, perspective of how I'm seeing and experiencing the dunya, right? Because we can't really necessarily escape it. At the end of the day, like, we all are making something of ourselves, right? We might as well just do it in his image. He will provide for us. We just remain disciplined. We remain disciplined in his word, and we remain disciplined in his wisdom. We all know what we should and shouldn't be doing, right? You know that, and I know that for myself. So comment below what are things that you are becoming more aware of in terms of your world and how you're perceiving it and where you're at on your spiritual journey. The notes in the comments. I love to hear them and I love to read them. So I'm very excited to continue to keep growing with you guys and understanding you guys and being able to connect with you guys, because you guys are the ones too. You guys are the ones who can see the truth. You guys have a great understanding. You guys have wisdom. You guys have loving awareness within you. You have God consciousness within you. Now we're just activating it and being able to open our eye, the Lord's eye within us, to be able to walk with humility, to walk with grace, to walk with humbleness and patience and tolerance and compassion and love for all those that come across our path. So let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. May the force be with you. I'll be back with another one later. Peace.